What's up, everyone? We're back.
Dr. Maxfield,
Dr. Shah, and welcome back to our channel, Doctorly, where we talk about all things dermatology and skincare education. Today, we have a little bit of a wacky video going on. So as always, when we do reaction videos, this is going to be a reaction video, but we always try to add value beyond just saying this is a ridiculous video. We try to have some education involved in it as well. So we're going to be reacting to ridiculous skincare commercials.
and some of these I've actually been haunting since, before TikTok was even around. Like, I've been watching one of these commercials at the gym for probably 6 years and like, what is going on? So I'm kind of excited to dig into that one in particular.
So Dr. Maxfield is an infomercial watcher for some reason. He is never, like, I ask him about a movie.
That's true.
Doesn't know anything about the movies. But if you ask him about an infomercial that comes on at 2 a.m., knows all about it.
Reacting to skincare commercials, here we go.
Here we go. All right, the first commercial is for LXR Organics. Now, this is supposed to be a treatment for acne.
Yeah.
So let's roll the clip.
No matter your shape,
No matter your size,
no matter your age, color, or gender.
you
you are beautiful.
You are beautiful.
unless you have acne.
I mean, ew. Try Acne LXR and be beautiful again.
I have a lot of questions. Okay, so we shoot YouTube videos, right? And in the editing process, it goes through not that many people. It goes through us shooting it, and then we have somebody who edits our videos, then we look at the videos again, and then we post the videos. But even then, we weed out things that look like this at the end of the day. I want to know when a commercial comes out like this, how it makes it through the review process.
Well, okay, so Dr. Shaw pointed out something a little while ago, 100,000 views, one comment. I don't know, I think this is what they wanted.
Yeah, they must have, because no one's commenting on the video, but it's 100,000 views, which means they're either deleting comments or they're blocking people from commenting on the video. So clearly people were offended by this thing for good reason. I mean, first of all, acne is not a choice. Like, it's not about being dirty. It's not about taking care of your skin. It has to do with a very complicated hormonal imbalance, having to do with your genetic components, having to do with bacteria on the skin, having to do with clogged pores. We've talked about this a million times, but you don't have control over this. So guilt tripping people for their acne is literally the worst thing that you can do. I say this all the time. The worst thing you can tell someone with acne is like, oh, just drink water. Like as if they're just not drinking enough water. That's why they have acne. It's so harmful to people because it makes it feel like it's their fault.
Absolutely true. We've probably stated that in 10 different ways, but I don't know if we clearly stated this is not like a pure hygiene thing. This is just very much a part of genetics. So we're here to help equip you to help take control of this. But to make people think that this is something that should be cleared up easily or that they're at fault or they're devalued because of it, horrible.
Or telling somebody that they're ugly because they have acne. Like, how does that even make it through a process? Okay, I guess let's talk about their products.
Right. And so here's the question, is the commercial the worst thing about this? So they have it broken down into this basic treatment product and then a tone product, which they don't say toner, it's called tone. And then they also have a cleanse product and then a mask as well. So let's just start with the main product here, and that's just called Acne Elixir, NOS, not otherwise specified.
Yeah, so what does it do? It does have some interesting ingredients to treat acne. Salicylic acid, it has niacinamide, it has zinc, it has tea tree oil. So if you watch your acne video, those are all actives that may have some benefit in acne, specifically salicylic acid and tea tree oil, believe it or not, do have some benefits. So you do have some actives here. But then they threw in some coconut oil, so they were kind of like Uno reverse card. They were like, well, we're going to take away your acne and give it back, So not the best choice of oils. It's definitely not my favorite for acne. I know that for eczema it's a little bit better choice, but for acne, really not the best option. So overall, not a horrible product, I'll be honest.
Yeah, not the worst. They mixed and matched inadvertently some of what we had as higher tier good ingredients, some ones that actually are bad, but could be helpful. They do have things in it like lavender oil, which can be an allergen in some people. And then they do pantothenic acid, which might be a nice moisturizer.
In addition to their Acne LXR product, they have a cleanser, a mask, a toner product, but those are all just kind of pretty basic, nothing too exciting about them, nothing too harmful about them either. So pretty basic products. One active product that may have some benefit in acne, not the worst product. Very harmful commercial. They should probably just delete it. It's not that hard. I've deleted videos on TikTok where I was like, this kind of went the wrong direction, So it's not hard to delete the content once it's out there, but It's up there, so they're getting press right now, I guess. So they're winning, we're losing.
Yeah, they are. And it's not a new video necessarily, but at the same time, this is probably not the best product for you because one product and ingredient may be helpful. The rest of their synthesized regimen is probably almost unnecessary. It's just money spent.
And it's a pretty expensive product as well, actually. All right, for the next one, no intro required. We're just going to let you watch the video and then we'll talk about it.
Enjoy.
Hey guys, Justin Bieber here. There are some things that just come with being a teenager. Your feet grow like crazy, I can't stop that. The hormones kick in, I don't want to stop that. And then there's zits, I can't stop that. That's why I use Proactiv, because there's no way I'm gonna let a bunch of zits get in my
All right, so for how much did they pay him for this commercial? That's what I need to know.
Who knows? This is like a time machine back.
Yeah, Justin Bieber got the bag for this commercial, I guarantee it. So what I have to say about this is that I think most of us have used Proactiv at some point. Have you ever used Proactiv?
No, I did Clearasil.
So Proactiv was actually created by 2 dermatologists based out of Stanford. And at the time, it was actually pretty revolutionary in the fact that it was like a 3-step system to treat acne over the counter. At the time, there wasn't really anything quite like it. And afterwards, a lot of things came out that were similar. But I will give them credit for what they put out at the time, but not necessarily the best product knowing what we know today.
Which is pretty incredible, actually. I mean, I'm not that old, and to think that we've come so far in our understanding and treatment of acne. And Justin Bieber's still around. He may still have acne. I'm not really sure. But actually, it's pretty cool how things have progressed in such a short period of time.
Right. So there's 3-step system, was a cleanser, a toner. This is why I still have nightmares when I hear the word toner, and then a moisturizer. Now, I use Proactiv, because I said I had the worst acne in my family. So my mom bought me Proactiv because all the commercials were coming out, and it did sort of help initially, but then it started to really dry out my skin. And I would use these cotton balls for the toners. I don't know why. I can still remember the way that it smells. And I just have horror times from that.
It's traumatizing.
It just wasn't the best thing. And I actually never ended up seeing a dermatologist for my acne. And I wish I would have, because probably would have been a lot easier. So let's talk about what's actually in the original Proactiv system.
See, the original product was actually, in hindsight, looking pretty awful. So they had benzoyl peroxide in the cleanser, and then in the in-between, they had a toner, and then also in the repairing treatment, they had another benzoyl peroxide step, and that really doesn't make much sense at all to me.
They were like, yeah, benzoyl peroxide. It's like how we talk about retinoids, and this team was like, benzoyl peroxide, we're going for it. Sprinkle a little benzoyl peroxide, with you, maybe some niacinamide, So basically, a lot of benzoyl peroxide. Now, benzoyl peroxide is a pretty irritating ingredient. It is a level 1 grade A ingredient. We love it for acne. We stand it for acne. We love it, but we only want it maybe as a cleanser, maybe as a treatment one time.
Yeah,
one step. One benzoyl peroxide. And I still think the retinoids are more effective for acne. So if they would have put a retinoid or a salicylic acid, that would have been more beneficial. Now, the revitalizing toner did have glycolic acid in it, which does have some benefit to breaking down those comedones and acne. It's honestly not the worst. The reason I don't like the witch hazel is often it is distilled in alcohol. So you have to find witch hazel that's not distilled in alcohol. I don't know if this one was or not. And then all 3 of them have fragrance in them, which is a little bit shocking to me because, first of all, fragrance. And this is a dermatology founded brand. So I know that our thought on fragrance has changed, but it can be irritating in people, especially younger people. It is still the most common allergen in the pediatric population in skincare products.
So since that time, adapalene has actually become over the counter, which really makes it easier for you all to use it. And Proactiv has taken advantage of this in their MD formulation, and they still have it in a cleanser, treatment, repair kind of setup. So the cleanser here still has a fragrance in it, and it doesn't actually have salicylic acid or glycolic acid. So you're kind of missing out on the possibility of killing 2 birds with one stone. And then the active here is the adapalene, which we also know has the grade A level 1 evidence, super effective for acne. So this is a step up. And then the moisturizer is a little bit different here than it used to be too.
Yeah, so the moisturizer still has fragrance, but it does have the addition of other beneficial ingredients, safflower oil, licorice, and kojic acid. Now, kojic acid and licorice are actually both great ingredients for hyperpigmentation or dark spots. And a lot of people with acne do develop hyperpigmentation or dark spots afterwards. So actually 2 really good ingredients ingredients that they added. In addition to the adapalene, which I do think is more effective than benzoyl peroxide. The bizarre thing about this new MD line is that they just abandoned benzoyl peroxide altogether. So they were like, in their original line, they were like, only benzoyl peroxide. We only want benzoyl peroxide. But in the new line, they were like, no benzoyl peroxide. So it's like, why can't you just put a benzoyl peroxide cleanser with an adapalene gel? It would have been like the perfect combination. You would have, it's basically Epi Duo.
Yeah.
You would have obliterated the market, but instead you come out with this. I don't know. I mean, they're trying, I guess. It's actually not bad. It's actually not a bad system. And I do like systems, especially for teenagers and acne, because I think it simplifies things and you just follow. It's like 1, 2, 3, and it does have actives that are beneficial for acne. So honestly, not the worst thing, but I still have nightmares about Proactiv. So I always, in my mind, when I hear Proactiv, I get a certain scent. Does anybody have a memory associated with a scent?
I can actually still smell the Clearasil. I know exactly what you're talking about. And it, for me, is that benzoyl peroxide smell, but it just comes right back.
Yeah, and also you don't have a brother, right? Mm-hmm. So you don't know what it's like to get roasted by your brother. And when you get roasted by your brother because your eyebrows turned orange, I'm telling you, the benzoyl peroxide turned my eyebrows orange and also bleached my towels. And I still remember everyone making fun of me because the sunlight hit me and my eyebrows were orange. And I was like, you know what? Benzoyl peroxide is out.
Next up, I guess it's an infomercial. And I'm just realizing that I plugged another infomercial. Remember the melons, the doctor who's selling melons?
Yeah,
that's I put that into another video.
That's what I was referring to.
This is all I
love
see.
For infomercials. So yeah, he watched a lot of infomercials. I mean, get him a Netflix subscription. You can use my Netflix subscription. It's okay. All right. So Plexaderm infomercial. You may have seen it. I've actually seen this one, believe it or not. I went to the gym once. I did see it. So roll the clip.
This one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home. I had the
Plexaderm for bags under the eyes. What do you think?
So this is why it's so convincing. These videos are astounding.
I actually saw it and I was like, we need to look more into this.
Exactly.
How do I purchase? Because I get bags sometimes and I do my best to try to combat them, but it's one of my concerns as well. So I'm like, where do I get this stuff? Yeah. This is a convincing commercial. I'll say that.
Yeah, exactly. And so then we had to look into this further and how do we reproduce this? What's causing this? And it's actually kind of unique, but also kind of simple. It's pretty interesting. So the main ingredients are forms of silicate. We have sodium silicate, magnesium, aluminum silicate, and this actually kind of works like an adhesive or a glue. It sucks to your face and then it tightens it up.
Right, so it's basically like glue for your under eyes, and now when it dries, the drying effect on it kind of pulls the skin in and can get rid of your bags temporarily. Now, some people complain that, one, it didn't work for them at all. So I think it's only going to work for a very specific type of people, somebody with really a lot of laxity on the eyelids. So if you have sort of tighter eyelids, but you have bags, it's probably not going to have any effect. You really have to have really loose skin underneath the eyes for this to work. And also a lot of people said it left a white residue, which would make sense if it's a glue, right? So kind of okay, I suppose, but it's not permanent, not a permanent solution. Maybe good for going out one day and trying to look nice.
Okay, but here's my thought with this, right? So we both saw it and we're like, wow, that's pretty good. It looks great. And with all of our eye creams and other ingredients, we're already putting those on daily. So what if this just became part of your skincare routine? You just did it every single day, just like you do with all of your other ingredients or most of your other ingredients, and then you just look younger every day.
It's like makeup.
It is. That's a great way. It is a lot like makeup.
So I discovered something, and I'm going to tell you about it probably in the future, but there is something called camo drops, and they're green pigment drops.
Uh-huh.
They balance out any redness that you have. Obliterates it. It's essentially, I guess, like makeup. It's like a hack. I mean, you're right. If it works, it works. I don't know if I'm gonna be telling people to buy this, but I'm not against it, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't hate it as much as I thought I would. The more I would look into it, I think it could be cool. I think it might work for you.
Maybe we'll buy it. We'll see if it
might
works.
not.
Test it out. We'll do a test.
So overall, Plexaderm in general is actually intriguing to me. Whether or not it's something to add to your skincare, it's not going to have long-term benefits, but still, short-term gain, consistent use.
I think temporary benefits for the right type of person with the
Yeah.
right type of bags underneath the eyes. Not everyone, but for some people. So the people in the commercial, I think that type of person would maybe benefit from it temporarily. So
Agreed.
that's our conclusion. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, we appreciate it. It's always fun going through this with you. Thanks for everything.
Yeah, so let us know if you've seen any crazy videos out there,
Definitely
any
do
crazy
that.
hacks, any crazy commercials, any crazy claims. Happy to debunk them. If you found an infomercial, he's probably already seen it. So just send it our way and we'll try to review it for you guys.
All right. See you next time.